Hey everyone out there, it's Joe and Darren with Urban Hillsides Real Estate with another edition of Real Estate Reality. Thanks for joining us now. And Darren, congratulations. We've got our listings in escrow. We'll see how it all goes, but it's a tough market and we're thankful for every transaction and happy for our clients.
Yeah, we are, and they need to be nurtured all the way to close. I'll say that.
Yeah, yeah,
Experience matters these days.
yeah, it really does. Guys, we're going to talk about mortgage rates real quick, and we're also going to talk about a hopeful story, a hopeful program of prefabs in LA County at no cost for fire victims, people that have been affected by the tragedies here in LA. So, Darren, a lot of times we are talking reality, and reality sometimes it's not very pretty. But for today, we're going to talk about a positive story. So
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
share that with you. All right. Well, look, let's go ahead and I'll share my screen and we'll look at the rates. Bear with, guys. All right. Do you see it, Darren, or no?
I do
Maybe
not.
not. Here, let me go here.
So as Joe looks that up,
All
I'll
right.
just say that we source these from Mortgage Rate Daily, just kind of a professional level source. You can obviously go there; it's
Yep.
a free site. Um, just
MortgageNewsDaily.com.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and these are just the average rates. There might be some additional hyper local elements and slight adjustments on this, but it's a great source and it has a chart, shows you the history of rates, also talks about what's going on and then elements that will alter rates in the near future.
So to go over it, 30-year fix 6.8% as of now. 15-year fix 6.25, 30-year jumbo 7.1, and 7.6 SOFR arm at 6.68. So that is we found out is an adjustable rate mortgage that gives you a rate of 7 years for 7 years, a fixed rate, and then every 6 months it can change after that. 30-year FHA looks great at 6.15%. And then the 30-year VA, similar, 6.17%. So, Darren, any comments here on mortgage rates? I know it's gotten a little better.
Sure, it has gotten better. Not dramatically better, but definitely better. I would say the softening in the market that we're experiencing might make it easier to get in on an FHA loan, which can sometimes be a little
Mhm.
more complicated. That's great if you're
Yeah.
choosing to take that route. And 6.15 is much better than 6.8, that's for sure. Um, just comparing the 30-year fix compared to the 7-year ARM, point, 0.12%. I would venture to say most might just stay with that 30-year fixed if they're in that category. And then going up to a jumbo, which jumbo rates moved up this year, almost just over 1.2 million in high priced areas such as the majority of the areas we serve. Hopefully you don't have to take that bump. But again, not an enormous bump at zero point 0.3. But yeah, be curious to see how this plays out over the next month or two. Um, Desired pressure to move rates down, but tariffs are putting pressure for rates to go up. So we'll see how it all plays out.
Cool. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move to our story about prefabs, no cost in Los Angeles County. And I'm going to share again a story we found on Real Deal Los Angeles. It's an industry website on real estate here in LA. And let's see here. There it is. All right. So, Caruso nonprofit to provide free prefab homes in LA County. And this is through his nonprofit, Steadfast LA, focuses on rebuilding single family homes for low income residents within burn zones, not changing housing makeup. All right. So, we've got an audio here. Let's go ahead and listen to it. and it takes about 3 minutes. Let's listen in.
Caruso nonprofit to provide free prefab homes in LA County. TRD staff. Rick Caruso's Steadfast LA nonprofit is partnering with Samara to provide free prefabricated homes to low-income families in fire-damaged areas of Altadena and the Pacific Palisades. The homes will be built in a factory and installed on site, aiming to expedite the rebuilding process and avoid strain on the LA construction market. The project is funded by the Steadfast LA Foundation, with additional contributions from Samara Airbnb's Joe Gebbia and the Caruso Family Foundation. A foundation set up by billionaire developer Rick Caruso has planted a stake to rebuild single-family homes within Los Angeles burn zones, rather than change the housing makeup by erecting apartments. Steadfast LA, the nonprofit founded by the former mayoral candidate to help rebuild burned areas in LA County, has partnered with a prefab home building firm to provide new houses for low-income homeowners in Altadena and the Pacific Palisades, City News Service reported. This initiative is about keeping communities intact, Caruso declared in a statement. Many of the people struggling the most right now are those who have lived in these neighborhoods for decades. They built their homes many years ago, they're underinsured or lack insurance, and now they have lost everything. We're giving these victims a realistic way to stay on their properties and quickly return to their lives at a time when the deck is stacked against them. The Home Building Initiative calls for restoring a historic neighborhood with single-family homes, which contrasts with other approaches that call for rebuilding scarred neighborhoods with a mix of more affordable housing. The Eaton fire destroyed more than 9,400 homes, businesses, schools, churches, and temples in a 22-square-mile region. Some 6,800 structures burned in the Palisades fire. Both fires started on Jan 7, stoked by 80 mph winds. The prefab homes built by Samara, based in Redwood City, will be offered to low-income homeowners in Altadena and the Pacific Palisades, who lost homes in the wildfires and lack the economic resources to rebuild, according to Steadfast LA. The homes will be fully funded through Steadfast LA, which will collaborate with an unidentified outside organization to oversee the eligibility, building, and installation process between property owners and Samara. It's not clear how many prefab homes will be provided through the partnership. Samara and Airbnb co-founder Joe Gebbia will donate $15 million to the effort, including an initial $5 million followed by $10 million in matching donations, according to Steadfast. The Caruso Family Foundation will provide an unspecified amount of seed funding for the program. Samara will build the homes at a factory for no profit. They could be delivered in 5 to 6 months, then installed on a property in a few weeks of minimal on-site work, according to Steadfast. Samara will also handle the installation and permitting. The fire survivors will get their homes for free, according to CNS. The construction environment in Los Angeles is going to be tough, Mike McNamara, co-founder and CEO of Samara, said in a statement. Labor and material prices are going to increase, and people will face longer rebuild timelines. We build these homes in a factory, which will avoid the strain facing the LA market and help people get homes on their properties faster, he said. Dana Bartholomew.
All right. That's awesome.
Yeah, it
And
is. And there are things to think about. Are they building them per
mhm,
spec? The other location where I read about this, it talked about these already being certified for LA guidelines. They're basically
mhm,
certified offsite. They're just meeting standards that are required to build these.
right.
So there really isn't a lot of permitting on the structure itself. It is more about
Nice.
foundations and tie-ins to utilities and making sure all that's done properly on site.
Right.
They had also put some numbers out there of 50 to 100 homes, which seems like a small amount in the big picture. But the
Sure.
interesting thing here is, um, will it really serve underinsured and/or non-insured? How are the qualifications going to come in? Because
Yeah.
that's, if it does and all that works out, that's fantastic. Because obviously other people will get money
Yeah.
from insurance, what it will or will not cover as far as a new build. there's a case by case basis.
Yeah. Well, we're on the site and, they have various models here. But they look very clean, very nice, good design.
Yeah,
It'll be very different from the past, but,
sure.
if it can be turned in 6 months and, made efficient, all more power to them. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I know one of the biggest hurdles is going to be the foundation that it rests on. I don't think they're going to
Hmm.
individually build these to match existing foundations. Probably the
Oh,
biggest
no.
hurdle across the board. They're
Yeah,
going to be prefabbed.
you're right.
Foundations will have to be constructed, permitted, and properly built to put them on. And if they're covering
Right.
those costs as well, great. It will create a bit of a delay. Also, in that other article, they were talking about if the county and or city is going to reduce or minimize fees as
Hmm.
far as permit related and expedited processing, et cetera, et cetera. There's lots of conversations going on out there. There's still a question on where it'll all fall. But it's a great idea, and I
Yep.
hope they're able to build a lot of homes and help a lot of people who otherwise will be at a loss.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, great, guys. You can go to samara.com, SAMARA.com, and check it out yourself. And I hope this made your day. It made our day.
Yeah.
All right. Well, take care. Have a great one. Bye now.
Bye.